Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Hotdog Hour. I am doing exactly what I am supposed to be doing. I think. I have no idea. I have no idea what's going on, but I do believe in purpose. And I believe purpose has a different purpose in everyone's life. Maybe purpose keeps you grounded, right? Life is crazy. You remind yourself of your purpose. You keep your 2 feet on the ground. Maybe purpose is your alarm clock, right? Maybe that's what gets you up in the morning, gets you going. Or maybe purpose is the destination you're headed to. It's what you're scheming on. Throughout history, we have made sense of life and its events using purpose, right? Purpose is how we identify ourselves, right? Purpose is how we make decisions. It's what I use to excuse most of my behavior, right? It always seems like purpose isn't a specific thing, but it's something that we all can understand. And that's what I want to explore today. What is purpose? Can you reach it? Do you ever reach it? And can you do it without being annoying? Let's get started. Ladies and gentlemen, I have 2 very funny people here with me today. Okay? Yeah, they're fist bumping. God, you guys are missing it. They're fist bumping. My first guest hails to us from the 305.
Yeah.
See, mommy. See. This is a very funny mommy from Miami, right? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
Miami.
You've never been right.
I've never been more correct.
Yeah.
She is a very funny comedian. She's working on a lot of stuff. I don't want to leak anything or say anything prematurely, so you can say it.
Leak it all.
She is based in New York now, but keep that South Beach, keep the lights on, because she's coming home, and she always is jet setting.
What is set jetting?
I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, Brittany Brave.
Thank you. Is set jetting? I think I know what it is. There's jet setting, and then if you set jet, that's a bidet. That's a bidet.
You set jet.
Or that's douching. You set and then you just jet. I think.
Set and jet.
I think so.
Could that be a competitor brand? Set and jet.
It will be as of tomorrow.
Should we be writing this down? Let me write this down. I won't post this one.
Yeah.
Brittany Brave, everyone. Don't be afraid to clap, by the way. Douchebags, assholes, fuckers. All right. Yeah, thank you. God,
yeah.
No one ever wants to clap for themselves.
I can feel if you're clapping or if you're not.
Yeah,
and I will kill your whole family and friends if you're not. No, I'm kidding.
Yes, she will kill your family and friends. That's
and your
Brittany
dog.
Brave, in case anyone's wondering how to spell that. Our next guest. Very funny. A man that I just met recently, befriended recently, but I consider him a friend. I consider him a good friend now. He's very funny. He has quite a lot of accolades. A couple acronyms we'd all recognize. And he's the man, and he's here with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. My friend, soon to be yours, Henry, sir.
Hey, man.
Do you hear that? The panties are getting thrown at the camera.
They're getting thrown.
Oh,
stop
yeah.
it.
Just another Monday for Hank.
This guy's he's over it. He's used to it.
Just another Monday, okay? And that beautiful baritone voice. All right. Guys,
you really do have a very deep voice. Now that we've been sitting here talking before recording,
Yeah.
I was like, inside Henry, sir, is a black R&B singer.
Yeah,
from
it is.
the 70s.
I will take that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen to it. Yeah.
Yes. Can you say, do me a favor, say the quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog.
What? What do you want me to say?
The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog.
It's a sentence that uses every letter.
The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog.
I mean, that's not a, guys.
It's a sentence that uses every
Now
letter.
open for work.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
it's a sentence that uses every letter.
Yeah. Cool.
Oh, I thought it was something that reveals that you're secretly black, and that's why you wanted Henry to say it.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay, my
Well, what
bad.
would it be that he was secretly?
My
Was
bad.
it like a spell? Is it like a?
Yeah, well, he lives in America currently. He can't be black and proud about it.
Like he says it in his voice.
It's a scary time. It's a scary.
It's a scary time for people who look like you, Henry. It's a scary,
it is.
It's a scary
American
time.
Can I share something? My
Yes.
ADD's on
Yes.
11 today.
Fuck
I got
yeah.
an Italian charm bracelet yesterday. I treated myself and I got like girls rule put on it and like
Girls rule, boys
she
rule.
shoots, she scores, and one of the she shoots, she scores is misspelled and it's she shoots, she scones.
Well, it's
And
Italian. That may not be a misspelling.
That might not be a
That may
misspelling.
be she shoots, she
And
scones.
I noticed it during your monologue, so if I seemed like I wasn't paying attention, I can confirm I was not. Like I saw, look,
Thanks, you threw it all
she
off.
scones.
Let me see.
She shoots.
Are scones
She scones.
Italian?
It's fully an N and not an R.
Yeah.
She shoots these scones.
That's if you brought that to an Italian guy, he'd be
That's
like,
great.
"Let me see." He'd go,
Let
"Hey,
me
get the
see
fucking,
something.
fucking out." That's what he would
Anyways,
say.
whatever. It's all right. It's okay. We can deal with one charm bracelet being off.
We could deal with one charm bracelet being off. And listen, it's the thought that counts. And the fact is, like, an adorable, like, Italian grandma probably made that or something. So it's like,
Yeah,
that's
she doesn't
what
know
you-
English that
Yeah.
well. Yeah,
She
so it's
shoot the
okay.
scone.
Yeah, she's very
She
hungry.
doesn't know.
Yeah. It's
Ladies
funny,
and
though.
gentlemen, Brittany, Brave, and Henry Sir. Guys, thanks so much for being here. Really appreciate it.
Friggin'
Really
thanks,
appreciate
bud.
it.
This is the greatest day of my life.
This is the greatest day. Yeah, thank you. It's all downhill from here, folks. It's all downhill from here. Guys, let's talk about some purpose. Let's talk
Okay.
about purpose. I wanted to have the two of you on. Well, we were having a cool conversation like a week ago when we decided that we would do this.
Yes.
But I wanted to have you guys on for this because I realized I think it's a good topic to start with because none of us are from New York, right? And
Right. Yeah.
right? I was like,
born-
fuck.
I was born here, but I wasn't raised here.
Okay, well, yeah.
But
So-
I consider myself from Miami, unfortunately.
Right,
Yeah,
unfortunately. Yeah.
unfortunately.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, that works still. I guess what I'm saying is like we all came New York is a place that you like come to that you make like a great migration to, right? Like when you guys were moving and you would say, "Oh, yeah, I'm moving to New York," would people go like you know what I mean? Or like would they be like impressed? Like I feel like
Yeah.
I always felt like New York is like a purpose-based place, like from the get-go, from when you start planning to get there. Like I feel like you just moved to Illinois, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you moved to New York, like you know what
There
I
is
mean?
there is a.
Do you
it's
guys
on a-
feel that? Yeah.
Yeah, it's on a pedestal. I feel like even now, whenever like my mom or people or even myself, I say to people in Miami that like, oh, I live in New York now. There is a ooh and an ah or whatever.
Right.
I think what we were talking about was sometimes when you move here just for if you're moving to New York, I don't think a lot of people move to New York just for willy-nilly reasons. I think you
Yes.
move here.
Oh my God, I was about to ask you this.
Yeah, like I think you move here because you're like, there's something I want to pursue and I need to be in New York in order to really pursue it. And then we went down the rabbit hole of what happens when you're here mostly just because you're here to pursue something, but you're not necessarily here for your
Yeah.
own joy or happiness.
Well, that's the thing I think with it is like, I think what you're saying totally does exist, but I also think the opposite of it exists in abundance too, where if you do look at someone just like kind of lives out in the whatever boring suburbs, I think that can be associated with like a lack of purpose, but maybe it's just a different one. And here you have people that are more like, I know my purpose and I'm chasing it, but I also think you have a ton of people who are just chasing the idea of a purpose like desperately, and they don't actually have one.
Yes.
And so it's easy to look down on that other thing of like, we're doing it correctly here. It's like a lot of people really are not.
Yeah.
They're just chasing a dragon they hope like hell exists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can
You know what I
piggyback-
mean?
I can piggyback on that.
Totally.
Obviously,
Yeah.
all we can speak to is comedy as
Yeah.
being the purpose. That's why I think we're all here.
And if you want to talk about a purpose that doesn't fucking actually exist.
I picked the wrong purpose. It appears I picked the wrong calling.
Yeah.
So what I will say to that, to piggyback on that, a lot of people think they're chasing a purpose and they're not. I'm producing a documentary about Miami comedy, and one of the things that comes up is a lot of people that didn't necessarily make the biggest splash for themselves in Miami in comedy have like left Miami to move to New York, and they will tell you the reason the moving to New York is because like, well, it's just not going to happen in Miami, and like New York will fix it.
Right.
Like, I'm not the problem. It's not that I didn't work hard enough. It's that Miami sucks. So I just have to go to New York, and then boom, it's all going to start happening for me. Yeah. And then they're now like, what we're learning through the doc is now they're like a couple years in, and they're like, oh, no.
Interesting.
Yeah. And you're like, yeah, no, it's like, you know, you it's not that you were the problem, but you weren't not the problem. So I just say that to agree with your point of like, I think a lot of people think they're chasing a purpose here, and it just feels good for them to be like, I'm a New York comic.
Oh, yeah.
I'm in New York.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You know, and
people, New York is an extreme place, right? It's a place that like lives in extremes. Yeah. And it's funny because, you know, everybody here, it feels like, or at least it feels like the more you, and I'm by no means a pro comic or some shit, but the more time I'm spending doing it, the more I'm realizing that it feels like people are either fucking locked in or like fucked off completely. Like, do you know what I mean? Like I don't know many comics who are just
disagree.
Like, oh, really?
I would disagree. I think in New York, I think there's a lot of people in the in-between. You don't think that?
Interesting.
You don't think
that? What's the in between?
Well, I shouldn't.
I don't know.
You know, you're right.
Between...
I shouldn't. Yeah, I shouldn't say fucked off. I mean like it. It's totally like it's so easy to think that you're being productive here when you're not. Like it's happened to me all the time. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
I would agree with that.
And especially like I look at the comics that I look up to, and I'm like, fuck, man, do you just have to fucking lock in and like not fucking deal with anything? I don't think so.
Well, I think a lot of people are struggling with that. Because I do think a lot of people are, certainly myself included, but other comics I've spoken with that have talked about how like the idea of what they thought we were getting into, which might not have been accurate to begin with, but you just kind of have this thought of like, I'll do this, I'll get good, maybe do like a few late night spots, and then you'll be like touring and stuff. Whereas now it's such an all-consuming, like you do have to be locked in and just like make yourself a product essentially that's on display 24 hours a day. Yeah. And it gets to a point where it's just like, what the fuck is that? Yeah. And I think so. If I'm understanding what you mean with like locked in, I think there are a lot of people locked in a way which is maybe conducive to a happy lifestyle. Because I don't want to be like everyone who's succeeding is some gross scene I just painted or whatever. Sure. But I do think there's a lot of people that are just like, at what cost? And honestly, the veil, has been ripped down so hard, I think, with that Riyadh Comedy Festival. Yeah. Of it just being like, what are we actually even doing?
Yeah, man, my set's on Friday. I'm nervous.
I'm doing off Riyadh.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that might have been rambly and incoherent, but I think it is all tied into each other of like, what are we actually striving for?
Mm-hmm. And I don't think it was ever meant to be this way. I say that about social media, too, which is a large part of the problem of being a comic now, as we've discussed ad nauseum as well too. Like social media has become so brain rotting and poisonous, but I don't think that's how it was intended to be when it was created.
I think it was.
Oh.
I think
you may be right, actually.
I think
Tom from MySpace is the biggest villain of all time. Huh?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if they knew like the fucking Oppenheimer they were doing, and they probably did know like within however many years it's gonna look like this. But I think they like intentionally designed an addictive. It's just like they intentionally designed an addiction.
I mean, listen, dude. There's sci-fi movies have been for decades doing this, where I interviewed earlier on the show a journalist named Mike Elgin, and he's a technology journalist, and him and another dude, Alex Bleckman, created this term called the torment nexus. And it basically talks
whatever that
about,
is, I'm in it.
No, listen,
I was like, oh, that's what that's called.
We all, Were like,
I've been in that since like May. Yeah.
Brittany's eyes lit up. I'll cut to it when I say it. She was like,
finally have a label for what's been going on in my fucking head.
It's a perfect like thing, and they used it. They coined it. It's a new term. They coined it when the metaverse was blowing up, which like thank God that didn't blow up yet. We'll see.
It will.
It will. They're just making it better. Yeah, but they coined it for the metaverse, where they were like, the torment nexus describes like technology advancements or products or anything that past like authors or sci-fi movies have literally like made movies about.
Yeah, man.
Like Minority Report is going to become a real thing.
Yeah.
Like people being like, hey, Henry, like, based on what you tweet and based on your act and, everything else that we combed on social media, like, your purpose isn't really aligning with, the president, and we need you to leave.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that shit's real close to happening.
Well, that's already. I mean, when I went through customs coming back from Toronto, coming back to the U.S., it was like, why were you there? What do you do for a living? What do you talk about in your act? What kind of things do you joke about?
What do you talk about in your act?
Yeah. Really?
Yeah. And I was like,
that's crazy. I'd be like, really?
Yeah.
I'd be like, well, the inspiration started when I was like, no.
I've never been more proud to be like, my pussy. Just my pussy.
Yeah, be like, here.
I'm one of those female comics. That's it, my labia. Was it you guys I was talking to you about, about the Minority Report and the Torment Nexus and all the fun things like that Black Mirror episode where
maybe, but I'm in. Let's go.
I don't want to be in. No,
I mean, I'm in for the story. I'm definitely not in for whatever the Black Mirror episode is, but tell me.
Yeah, well, it was at It was essentially like in the, like when you would play The Sims, if two Sims didn't like each other, you would literally say clunk clunk, like a negative, that. Like you would always see in real time how they were reacting to and relating to other Sims. So the episode of Black Mirror had people like you could see your social ranking above their head.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a classic.
And what they thought of you and how you were doing in the conversation, or like
it was like your Uber rating as a human.
Is this the one where she has the meltdown at like the wedding or whatever?
I don't remember that. This is years ago, though, but I remembered seeing that, and I was like, oh, like, between social media, The Sims, and then, like, AI glasses, we are literally 2 steps away from this just really being a thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I can't tell if that would bring me more or less anxiety to know exactly where I stood with somebody.
I know,
or
right?
to be like, oh, you don't like me. I'm seeing it in real time. Like, I don't know.
Dude. We're so
That would make dating so much easier.
Yeah, but dude, don't we already kind of do that with stand-up?
What, in what way? What do you mean?
I think I say bring on the fucking social score, because that's where we thrive in the immediate feedback. I'm like, no, all right, we'll pivot. Okay.
The only good thing that will come from that is that if this becomes real, so many stand-up comics will fully fucking jump off a bridge. And now finally, the lanes will be cleared for the good comics to succeed.
I know. Who will be a booker, dude? Who they'll be like, we loved your act. They'll be like, my score's it's in the negatives.
Yeah. Well, you had such a great set. We'll keep in touch. Ding, 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 ding.
You just see it's like the red line going down.
So I'm not getting JFL again. Okay.
Dude,
great.
When it does happen, it'll fill the void for sure.
What, JFL?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, totally. You got it, right? You were a new face?
Yeah.
Yes, that's what acronyms we'd recognize.
Yes.
More just the joke of the purpose we're chasing and the things like, I need this, and then get it and be like, that didn't move the needle whatsoever.
I know.
I'm still just me.
I was just talking to somebody. I think this is what we were talking about too. I was just talking to somebody the other day, and I was like, I'm just not happy. I just don't feel joy. And they were
This
like,
was us.
It was us, yeah. But the other person.
And then I was like, wait, let's broadcast this.
Yeah, you were like, we should bottle this and make people sad. Yeah, great. Like, if I have to be sad.
I'm fucking talking about. Hell yeah.
If I have
to be sad, we're going to get a YouTube ad out of it.
Yeah. I'm going to make $2 off of it. And they were like, yeah, I have everything. They were like, I'm having a really good year where I got a lot of things career-wise that I've been working towards. And they were like, you're crushing it. I go, am I? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, no, it wasn't you. It was another
we were having this conversation
about the conversation with this other comic. And I was like, I don't know what happens. I was like, am I? It doesn't feel like I am. Maybe because these things don't matter right now. Like, I've had good things happen career-wise this year. But it's not, what do you do when the thing you usually turn to pull you out of something isn't working anymore? Like, and you're just kind of like, and because like for me, for the longest time, it was comedy and work. I was like, I'll just get over this breakup by writing 5 new jokes, or I'll just get a new job, or I'll just make a new podcast, or I'll just whatever. And I I don't know if it's because I'm getting older, but like those reserves are running really low. I don't have it in me to do that anymore.
Well, I think it's also you're puzzled now because you're like, it almost makes sense if you bomb and you feel like shit. At least that makes sense. Now you're sitting there going, I don't get it, dude. His stuff's going well. So why?
It's internal. Now you have to really.
God, I fucking hate it. It's so funny how everything in life really is. It's funny because it's like, in theory, life is easy. It's like you don't have to search. It's here. You just have to
Right.
understand yourself and how you feel and gay. And no, but you know, it is funny. Like I always joke with, do you guys know Sean Riley? He's a comic. You might, whatever, it doesn't matter. I always joke with him where I'm like, I knew that I was like, we were joking. I was like, I knew that I need therapy because we were talking about stand up one time. And I was like, and we were like, I was like, stand up is such a bitch, like to pursue, because it's like either it doesn't work out and that sucks, or what? It works out
and it still sucks.
And now I'm just a comedian. Like I'm just a comedian. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like now like my whole family's fucking like, yeah, my son's the comedian.
Well, I will
Alex.
say this.
Like it's like that sucks too.
I think you circumvent that to an extent. It's like by instead of chasing.
And I'm being a little facetious, obviously.
Totally.
But, yeah.
But instead of chasing like certain goals or certain credits or certain achievements, I think maybe it's more so like chasing certain emotions and feelings and states of mind. Hear me out with this. Like it's like whenever like college kids are getting ready to go to university and they're like, I don't know what I should study. I'm like, well, it's kind of like maybe choose a degree that gives you a set of skills and something that you're genuinely curious about and want to apply versus locking yourself into something that after 4 years you may spend a lot of money and time and be like, I don't want to do this anymore. So it's maybe the same thing when it comes to comedy or goals where it's like, instead of being like, well, obviously Comedy Central, JFL, Netflix, this and that, like it's like maybe just chase like feeling fulfilled and feeling seen and camaraderie and purpose, like you know what I mean. And like if you have those things, regardless of whether you get these other arbitrary things, it doesn't matter.
It's not about
so instead
those
of
things.
living a life chasing fame and credits and success,
totally.
you're like, I want to wake up every day and maybe not feel like I'm in the torment vortex
Yeah.
or whatever. Like, you know what I just want to wake up every day and feel like
I just want to feel nice.
I just want to feel
good.
nice. I
Yeah.
just want,
I wanna
I
feel
made people
content.
laugh.
Yeah.
Okay. And then all the other stuff comes.
I have a very, very, still very, very long way to go with that stuff. So none of it's like, I get it and I know how to implement it, but I do feel closer to like actual beliefs of how to like implement that or just more so what it means. And I totally agree because I think that is the stuff that will bring actual fulfillment. And if it is just the chasing dopamine thing, essentially similar to like social media, and I think it is better with stand-up. Like the actual outlet of stand-up isn't as stupid as just like a social media post and looking, but they're so they go so hand in hand with each other right now. I feel like and it's easy to get bogged down in that bullshit. But honestly, I truly feel like the life should be a lot simpler than it is, and the little things should be encouraged more and appreciated more, and we should strive for more because it's so easy to get lost in all this and essentially just become like, if you have like a friend who's super obsessed with work and all they do is talk about work and what's going on with work, you're like, dude, shut up. But that's ultimately what we do with comedy. Like we're just these struggling entrepreneurs that it gets to the point where it's like, dude, then shut the fuck up about it.
We're the worst of both. We're a struggling entrepreneur and a struggling artist.
We don't even have a product. We don't
Totally.
have both.
Totally.
And I literally, one of my very best friends, and he's a very successful publicist in South Florida. He's like my gay life partner. He's my lover. I love him to death. But like whenever he's around me and my comic friends at shows, he literally has like a safe word for us. Like he's literally like, we have 5 more minutes left to talk about comedy, then we are done
for the love of
for
God.
the night.
Totally.
Nobody wants to continue to hear about it.
No.
It's now it's egotistical at this point. It's
Yeah.
psychotic.
Yes.
It's like this existential pothole. Like he's like, no, it's not good for you guys. I don't fucking want to hear it.
And that's so
That's
important.
it.
That's so important to remember, I think. Just that of like when we get so obsessed and consumed with this and it being our purpose and whatever. And I've done so much of this these past few years, especially with like, my brother died and like shifts perspective in a lot of ways. And I put so much into just putting a Band-Aid on with stand-up, specifically New York stand-up. And like what we were talking about earlier, like the spots, the quality of them, the quantity of them.
Yeah.
But then you just also have to remember, like this whole fucking world, there's obviously wonderful people in it, but there are so many just and even good people still, but just people that haven't thought about anything or anyone but themselves.
It's how people voted in this election.
No, but there's just so much. There's so much shit to get bogged down in, and it gets to a point where like we can put it on such a pedestal of it, have this significance where like you remember like. Most people, when you're talking about this, are like, dude, we fucking get it, man. We get it. You're into stand-up.
Okay.
And luckily, I'm not the most I don't like talking about it outside.
I don't.
Like, if people ask me about it, I like cannot deflect fast enough. So I think I'm lucky in that sense. But I can feel the way it just fucking consumes me. And it's all I think about. At this point, it's like, so what's the fucking point of it?
Yeah.
If it's supposed to facilitate this fun lifestyle, but you just spend every waking minute feeling like, fuck,
shit about
what's the fucking
yeah.
point? And I know what you mean with the with the last thing you said with
the
the crushing it thing. I totally get it because I've checked some boxes and got some like
cool
credits or whatever.
Yeah.
And started to get more of like a following, whatever. And people are like, you're crushing it, bro. And it's like, I don't know what that means.
I don't know what it means
anymore.
anymore. Yeah. Do you want us to not talk? Oh no, you're okay. Okay. Yeah. No, I always have one of my very best friends always reminds me, like, he's like, don't forget, have fun.
Yeah.
And don't forget, have fun. Like, before I go on stage. She's a comic as well, too.
Yeah.
He's like, and don't forget, have fun. If you're not having fun, what's the point?
Totally.
And then I'm like, I don't know if I've been having fun.
Yeah.
The last couple, because it now becomes a job. To the point where, like, I used to dance competitively.
I don't know why.
Yeah, for a good chunk of my life. And, like, luckily, even as an idiot high schooler, I had the, like, foreshadowing capability to be like, I can't do this forever.
Yeah.
Like, I was at that crossroads of like, we're gonna do it.
That's fucking hard, dude.
Yeah, and I was pretty in. It was like
any type of athlete, like that's fucking hard.
Yeah, and I was like,
yeah, totally.
I was like in the running for So You Think You Can Dance, and I like
way.
I had this moment in the car with my mom where she was like, what is it? And she like read me for filth, and I was like, I don't think I want to. I don't want to. I was like, I don't want to do this. Like, to my body and my mind, I don't want to do this. Yeah, and she was like, then don't. And she's a wonderful mom. She was like, then don't do it. That's it.
Okay.
Like, that's it. Like, whatever. But I say that to say, like, now, like, I love that outlet so much, and I've been dancing so much since I moved back to New York. To the point where the studio I go to was like, one of my favorite instructors was like, we want you to like instruct. You should. We think like between being. But I'm like, no. It has to stay precious.
Yeah.
It's the outlet. It has to, because I've already made a career out of the other thing that I love more than anything.
Right.
And I see how that's fucking with me. So if I start this becomes a job, then the next outlet is going to be heroin. It simply is. Like, it simply is going to be jumping off a bridge. Like, it's going to be gambling. It's going to be something. So I'm like, I can't do it.
We've gotten to that point in this country. Like God forbid you just do something for fun. Like
monetize
everything.
Because that's like just a saying here. Like, even like, you know what I mean? Like, you'll like do something, they'll be like, you should open a bakery. And it's like, no, I just like to make cookies.
Yep.
Can I just like it?
I just like to dance. I don't really want to teach it. I just want to I want it to be the thing that I can fuck up at, and it's an outlet, and it's whatever. But I think this also came up because, well, I remember the way it came up at the Globe is because I told you that I had a night off from stand-up where I didn't have any spots, and that it kind of scared me because I was like restless and sad, and I wanted to just go back home to Miami, and I was like, I don't have a reason to be in New York right now. What do I do with myself? And my mom was like, go home and make dinner, go read a book, go see a friend.
You have nothing to do in New York?
Yeah, totally.
Like, she's like, what's wrong with you? Go to a museum. Like, you know,
enjoy the city.
And then Henry blew my head through my ass when he was like, that's what happens when you're only in a city for one reason. If you're really only here for work and for comedy, then if you have a night when neither of those things are happening, you're like,
right.
What do I do with my hands?
Literally though, dude. And not only that, but you know, it's so funny because there are nights when I don't have any shows, and it'll be like a Friday or like a weekend night. I'm saying, like, you know, if it's a Friday or Saturday, you don't have any shows.
Yeah.
And then you sit there and you go, oh my God, nobody likes me.
Right.
No, everybody hates me.
Yeah.
I'm not even fucking fun. And you're like, dude, it's not like, first of all, like to kind of to what you said earlier, it's like, first of all, stop you. Narcissistic as fuck to think that. Like to be like, everyone's like scheming on you.
We
like,
all think
like,
that though. We all
don't
do.
invite it. No, of course we do. It's only natural, but it's like, that's how I try to get myself out of it, to be like, nobody's like scheming on you.
Oh, you ever leave a social function and you're like, I was so weird. Everyone's going to talk about how the weird I broke a glass.
Didn't even notice you were there.
They didn't even notice you were there. And by the way,
they're all leaving going, "Oh my God, I
I
leaned
was
against
so
the thing,
weird.
and then I knocked the picture over." And
Yeah, and I do think that is the one good thing about New York City with comedy specifically, or just New York in general. It's such a large city with so many people, and such a large comedy scene with so many comedians, and on top of that, so many gifted comedians, that it does kind of remind you. It humbles you.
Yeah.
That's an overrated statement, but it reminds you how small you are in the grand scheme of everything, and how long it really does take. Because you could be like, "Oh, I'm not booked tonight," so I could be like, "I'm a terrible comedian and people must hate me." It's like, no, there's just like 100,000 other people doing this. Like that's it.
Everyone's a stand-up now.
Well.
Everyone we walk down on the street is a stand-up or as a podcast.
Fucking annoying.
And it used to be that way with actors. I feel like in New York, they used to say that about actors, like, "Oh, you throw a stone and you hit 10 actors in New York." But now I think it's stand-up.
Who's an actor?
Woof.
Ooh!
No, you're right.
Who
though.
does that?
You're right, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Totally.
dude, you're right. And that's something that I try to work on a lot. Like, I feel like I'll put a lot of pressure on myself for things like trying to get a spot and trying to do and then there have been times when I've looked back, and I'm not even like that old, but it's like I'll look back like 2 or 3 years ago and be like, man, I just stayed in at nights when I didn't have a spot and was depressed the whole night.
Yeah.
And it's like I lived in Union Square.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
But
the fuck?
It is,
I know.
but it is understandable given it is easy to be like, why would you react that way? But then also be like, well, of course you reacted that way. The way we're brought up and the way we are supposed to find purpose and latch onto it. If you've come here and the whole reason is I'm just here to do stand up, and then if you I feel like you get the FOMO even worse here than you do in other cities with stand up, because the whole idea is you're supposed to be doing 28 spots every night.
You're supposed to be here for this and locked in.
And so if you feel like you're missing out on that, the FOMO's even worse. And so it totally makes sense. And then but that's what's interesting though, is when we take a step outside, we're like, what a stupid way to react. But that's how we perceive everything.
Bro,
none of it makes sense.
Bro, I'll do last week I had Ryan's show. We did our show together, and then I didn't have anything else that night. I just had that one, and I was like, you fucking loser.
Yeah, you fucking piece.
God forbid you get a Saturday night show. It's just so funny.
Sure.
You're no matter what, you'll find a way.
There's been one constant thing that every therapist has ever told me, and it was you have to stop defining your value by what you produce and how much you're working.
Totally.
Every single therapist I've had has been like, you only value yourself when you're working and you're productive, and you've got to
what you've produced.
What
have you done for me today?
How hard you're working, how hard you're hustling, and they're all you gotta literally I've had therapists be like, say 5 other things you like about yourself that are not about work.
Yeah.
That are not, I work hard and
That's
I'm
how I
funny
am
and
too.
I'm dedicated and
Right.
no, as a human.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm kind. Just good.
Yeah.
That's more
That's a
important.
good one.
It's a good
That's
one.
a way more important one than
anything else.
I produce really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, can you imagine? You're I'm kind. Your therapist is got to beat 10 minutes though.
Yeah,
wait, what?
right, yeah.
No,
but
so,
have
Totally.
That's interesting though. It's do you think that a place like New York, a place like New York, like we said, has so much going on, and people come here to find their purpose. Do you think that the way
I think you're fucked if you come here to find your purpose. I think you come here with a purpose.
Interesting. So the purpose is kind of within you. Because I was gonna say,
right? No.
I think so.
I feel like the
It's like moving to a city to settle down. Not to cut you off, but
No,
it's
you're
like
fine.
moving to a mid. You're fucked if the reason you're moving to a small town is because you're like, well, I need to find a partner, and
I think
it's
you're
going
moving
to
there
be
because
easier.
you know what the thing is, and that's the place you can go to do the thing.
Right.
But
exactly.
I think you need to kind of I don't know if keep it at arm's length is the word, but it's I think New York is a very, very sensitive scale where you can very easily it can ruin what your purpose is or what you think your purpose is just as much as it can make it. I feel like everybody who comes here, they either get chewed up and spit out, or they
Right.
you know what I mean? I think very few people are just oh, yeah, I had a good run. I'm just out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess my question is, do you think that this is a good place to pursue what you think is a purpose or not?
I don't know if it's this. I think it is. I think it really depends on what your purpose actually is and what you think your purpose is. I think New York's I have a really hard time imagining a better city to be an artist or a creative in.
I would agree.
And I think that makes it well worth living here, and I think it's been an awesome place to live, and I'm actually really bummed about moving back to Canada. But I think that side of it, yes. But again, I do think, and this is a lot about speaking about myself, not trying to project on other people. I think once you start breaking down, like, okay, so what is it actually about comedy and this thing that's driving me? What are the good parts, and what are the parts where I'm just trying to heal a wound or whatever? And I think once I figured that out more, it's like, well, that's not my purpose. It's just like I'm trying to fill a void. Yeah. And it's actually the opposite of my purpose in a lot of ways. I don't really know what my purpose is. I like being creative. I like expressing stuff. I wouldn't say that's my purpose. I just think it's stuff I really like. Right. And it's stuff that fulfills me. I get way more out of being like in service of others, doing stuff for other people. And I don't consider my stand-up doing stuff for other people. I know people can be like,
I hate when people do that.
No, people say I'm bringing like laughter to the world. That's just not how I feel about it. That's not how I feel about it. And I think people are lying to themselves, or it's just like, damn, you think
is this
really
like what your
fucking
documentary's about?
No.
Oh,
No. Okay, go on. No, go on.
Am I rambling? Someone else can go.
No, you're not. I just didn't want to cut you off.
No. I guess what I'm just like long-winded trying to say is like, again, I think that probably applies to a lot of people, but like in my own way over these last few years, I have a better understanding of the unhealthy aspects of why comedy consumes me the way it does. And I just don't think it's purpose related at all. So I think it's like, yes, but also I think a lot of us think my purpose is stand-up or my purpose is songwriting. It's like, it's really not, though.
That's kind of like the mask for like what you're searching for. You're like, no, I need validation.
Well, and hopefully hopefully like it can provide a thing that enables the purpose. Like I'm at a point where I'm like, there's certain stuff I'm doing with like comedy and like social media that's like more like politically charged, and I'm getting people that are like reaching out and telling me like they appreciate the like whatever take I had on this, that, whatever. So there's a part of me I'm like, I guess that feels cool. Still don't think it's like purpose, but I'm also in it enough where I'm like, damn, this is kind of just about like making a living in a lot of ways too, but living on my own terms with the creative shit and stuff like that. But honestly, it's like I also wanted to just like enable doing the other stuff I associate more with like my purpose. Like I really like the idea of like fostering dogs, and like eventually I'd love to have like a spot, like a place for dogs that need a place to be. I would love it if this is what opened that up. And I think that would be a lot more significant than anything.
Which is what you see,
this.
I think, a lot of successful people do when people have really great careers, like they're actors or they're musicians, and then all of a sudden they're like, I'm opening a dog farm. And you're like, what? And then you're like,
that's
oh,
more the purpose.
Yeah, because at some point the acting and the stand-up and the making music starts to feel masturbatory.
Well, it's all just you. It's just you all the time. That can't be a purpose.
No, at all. Right, no.
And it probably makes you feel empty.
Yeah, well, I agree. I mean, I think I started stand-up after like a really dangerous abusive relationship, and I say this all the time where I'm like, stand-up I think is the vehicle to what the actual purpose is, which is I think helping women and people, not even just women, in these situations, and like doing something, because this will get tiring or not as fulfilling anymore.
Right.
Totally.
And it's not to say I'm going to stop doing stand-up, but I am going to desire like probably opening shelters. Like, how can we open up like a string of sustainable shelters in across X amount of U.S. cities, and how can they actually be cohesive and well run and really get victims back on their feet versus they're stuck in a system eating dog shit food and can't see their kids, and like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're at like a Ramada. Like
like, and I didn't start stand-up until this relationship, and I always say it's like I wish I started sooner, but I also don't think I had a reason or anything to really say. And this was the thing. This was the universe being like, this is why you're on the planet. This is the purpose.
Yeah, that was the right time to start when you started.
When I started. And I think it goes back to what we were saying, where it's like you could chase a career and say, I want to be the best comedian ever, the best music. First off, you're never going to be, because all this shit is subjective.
Right.
So there's still somebody who doesn't like George Carlin or Dave Chappelle or Amy Schumer.
Dude, my girlfriend, I'll bring up, I was watching some George Carlin.
My
girlfriend's like, I fucking hate him. I'm like, what? Like,
it's
she's
subjective.
like, it's not funny.
So that goes back to the chasing this emptiness, where it's like, I want to be famous and be the best. And it's like, those things things don't exist. There's still going to be somebody who doesn't know who the fuck Beyonce is.
Yeah.
There's still somebody who doesn't know who George Carlin is or doesn't like him or whatever. So it goes back to, like, instead of picking a degree, you pick a purpose. You pick a, like, yeah, I want to be a great stand-up comedian, but I think more than anything, I was kind of put on this planet to, like, connect with people and show that you can be empowered and emboldened after losing your sense of agency. I think that's the purpose.
Totally.
That's the bigger purpose. Like, look at what I've done in the wake of this. Yes, I'm glad I made you laugh for an hour tonight, but I think if I'm not talking about that relationship in my act or doing something about that time in my life, what am I?
Right. You can
what am I doing? Like,
you can still
like,
achieve things, even if that has happened to you, or if you feel like you lost your control or your sense of your life. Like, that doesn't mean it's just over. Like,
I think
and this is how you're presenting it or expressing it.
It's
like,
less that I made this person laugh for an hour, and more that they are like, oh wow, this is someone who went through something like XYZ, and look at what they're doing now.
Totally.
I think I shouldn't give up on myself
totally,
or whatever I'm going through, you know, like, so yeah.
That I agree. And it also goes back to your point too, Alex, of, like, I think you said something along the lines of you can really get dialed in on your purpose here, but you can also get, like, burnt out from it, sort of thing. Not necessarily that, but to both your points, I feel that a lot with stand-up and being in the thick of it the most here in New York, which has been awesome, and I feel like a way better stand-up for it. But it also has, like I said earlier, the veil's just a little, for me at least, a little more down on it. And there's just aspects of it I'm like, oh, that was just all made up in my head. And I'm at a point in stand-up, like, where I if I'm not talking, and not that anything's that interesting, but I'm, like, only interested in talking about, like, America, capitalism, and, like, death and sadness.
Yeah.
So it's
and
like
that's what we talk about on this show, honestly.
No, totally. But that's the shit I'm, like, interested in speaking about, and like doing it through stand-up. So it's, like, actually funny, but it's just in, like, a different lens of getting into the belly of the beast. It hasn't, like, burned me out from it, but it's just shifted it. And then, not to keep throwing who fucking cares if it's throwing shade at, but to our point of being like, if you're trying to get to the, like, the whatever upper echelons of X, Y, and Z comic, again, for me at least, this Riyadh festival was just like, okay, well, Louis C.K., Dave Chappelle, and Bill Burr have done literally everything, and apparently everything's not enough. So if it's just like, I got to keep climbing this ladder, it's not real. Like, do it your fucking way, the way you want to, so it can enable life to you live it the fucking way you want it to, right? Yeah. Doesn't that sound like it makes more sense?
Yeah. And also to that point, there was something
how to do it.
How to accomplish it. That's for the folks in Washington to figure out.
Yeah, well,
but
they can't figure anything out. Yeah, no, I do. Yeah, it totally does. Well, I had that happen. So this year was, like, the first year that some of the very cool things that, like, Henry's accomplished, I was finally in the running for, right? Like, first auditions, first whatever. Yeah. Didn't get them. You don't need to clap. But, you know, whatever. It's fine.
Well, I'm not even in the process, which is good, though.
It is good. It's one step forward. It's another step forward. And again, it's like, it's not about always getting it or getting first place. It's like, how cool to be in the conversation. Yes. Like, that shows how far you've come. But I will say this, and I'm not gonna, just because I'm not gonna name what thing it was, but a list of the people who were chosen for this thing came out. And I felt like I had a good chance, and then I didn't get it, and whatever. All things aside, when I looked at the list, regardless of my opinions of those specific comedians, I was like, oh, yeah, I really wanted this credit. For what, though? I think to validate myself or prove to, like, industry that, see? Because when I looked at the list, I was like, these people don't work the clubs in New York, a lot of these people. These people haven't been on the road for 2 years. Right. These people don't have hours of material. I've seen some of these people jump after less than 10 minutes because it wasn't going well. Totally. I've literally seen people on this list go, oh, fuck this crowd, and do 7 instead of 10.
That's crazy.
And then still have the audacity to be like, where's my money for my spot? And I'm like, you didn't do your job. Like, what? Like, so I started really looking, and I was like, I'm happier with where I'm at. Even though I didn't get this thing I was so fixated on. Totally. Yeah. I'd rather be where I am if they never pick me for this than on any level. You know what I mean? Totally. So, I think you have to take all that stuff with a grain of salt too.
Well, like, you want accolades. You want accolades for people you don't know.
Yeah.
Like there for everyone else. Like I always think I always laugh at myself because I'm like, what do I want all these accolades for like people that I don't know on the subway to be like, do you know Alex Labuti? He got JFL. Like it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's so stupid. Like,
and people would be like, what's JFL? And it's huge in our industry. It's huge. But it's like that's a good example.
Right.
Like even some of my best friends
no
were
one
like,
cares.
what's that?
No
and they
one
were like,
cares.
they were like, what is that? And I was like,
And that's
just for
okay.
laughs.
Yeah.
Well, it's great. It's hilarious when you zoom out and you
Right.
remember that most people go to comedy shows once a year, if that.
Yeah, they don't think about this.
It's an event where have
At
you ever invited someone to a show and they go, "What do I wear?" And you're
Yeah.
like, "What? It's in the dark."
Yeah, no one is like, did you guys see how many views Andrew Schultz's last reel got? It's like, no one fucking cares.
Bro,
Right.
one
So
time
it's
I was talking to my friend about Instagram, some bullshit, and he goes, "Yeah, I deleted my Instagram."
Yeah, I'm
And
an
I was like,
adult.
I'm
I'm a fucking adult,
I
dude.
don't
I don't
Job.
consider.
I don't care.
No,
It's
I
so
honestly, I think with the
funny.
credits, not that I have that many, but the ones I've gotten that have helped me get better spots, that's the only benefit. But if you're working like clubs or whatever, I honestly think that's probably the most fun we'll ever have doing stand-up is going up and people like not really knowing who you are and just having a really
Making
good
'em
set.
laugh,
That
yeah.
rules. That's fun.
That
That's the juice.
rules. That
That's the
rules.
juice. And fuck your fucking influencer fucking bullshit.
Yeah, fuck your
Like,
influencer
I
bullshit.
can great. I know you guys work hard at it. I know.
Listen, it's just a different thing. It's just stay out of our swim lane. That's
Yeah.
all.
I agree.
It's like so much easier to oh, I went viral. Oh, okay. So okay, great. Okay, I'm not going to fully strip them of credit or work ethic.
No.
I'm not, or creativity or anything. I'm really not. But oh, cool. So you connected with somebody on this app that we're all glued to 24/7
Right.
anyways.
Right.
And well, they liked and shared 200 other things today. They don't really know who you are as a person or what you're about. The real juice and the magic is in there's 75 people in this room tonight. They all come from different backgrounds.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
all have, and I got all of them to laugh at
And
the
they're peeing their
same
pants.
thing and understand who I was. I'm sorry, an algorithm could never.
No.
Could
But
never. I don't know.
There's so
whatever.
many, there's so many places to feel annoyance towards with it because there's the influencer yourself. You're like, fuck, don't do the thing. We have to actually work at this thing.
Yeah.
But also it's well, the club's the one that booked it. So we want to put this thing we're doing on such a pedestal, and then all they have to do be oh, well, X amount of followers, give me that over however many comics won't
It's
get a
you can't
spot
blame
now.
my roommate.
No, totally. And then it's and then I feel annoyance towards myself with it. I'm like, why are you so addicted to this thing? It's not to say stop or even quit, but stop letting life the how well life is going be even at all predicated on this thing.
Yeah.
Because
Listen,
that's
dude,
fucking
that's
insane.
literally don't hate the player, hate the game.
Yeah, dude.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Yeah, but it does contribute to
But the game has changed.
your
Game stinks.
it does contribute to your happiness because I was talking to
Absolutely.
a comic friend of mine in LA and I think she's so funny and we came up together and she runs shows and she's great, she's respected, all the things, so funny. And she called me one day, she's like, I'm really feeling down and out, and she's like, I took me a second to think about it, and 10 minutes later I was like, it's this app. It's that every time I put something that I make that
Oh
I
my
feel
God.
proud of on this app, it does nothing. I feel like I'm in a void. I feel like nobody knows who I am. And I go, I know it's a mind fuck to get on stage for X amount of minutes and make a room, especially in such a divided, contentious time.
Yeah, totally.
Make a room full of strangers that you don't know how they
In a
voted.
sensitive city.
You
yeah.
don't know if they say the N-word in private. You don't know what their value, but it's true. You don't know who you're talking to.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter almost in that moment
Yeah.
because you made all of them laugh.
Totally. That's the wicked thing about stand-up is just not knowing anything and bringing people together through ideas and thoughts
Yeah.
in this
Yeah.
specific way. Totally.
It makes us all feel a little less alone. You're like, oh, you
Yeah.
do this too. You felt this too, whatever. But it is a mind fuck to have a moment like that. And then you're like, oh, that is the purpose.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I feel so good. And they feel so good. This is great. And then you put that same moment on a dog shit fucking app,
Yeah.
oversaturated fucking robot piece of shit,
You pervert it.
government controlled now,
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
program on
Yeah.
a phone, and
Totally.
it does nothing. And then you go, what the fuck. Like
Like,
you
doing?
feel like you
You feel so
gaslit
stupid.
yourself, and
Yeah.
you're like,
Totally.
You're bastardizing it.
Yeah.
You're like ruining
and
the
it's like
moment.
your management or whatever's like, content, just keep posting and posting,
Yep.
and you're like, I don't fucking want to.
No.
Like this
No,
sucks.
it does.
And
This
they
is
don't
making me
get
want to
it.
quit.
Yeah.
This is making me want to quit.
Yeah.
But listen, that is when you have to do like what I said at the beginning of my monologue, where it's like remind yourself of your purpose. Remind yourself where you're like, you know what, dude? Maybe you can say I don't want to post, but if this gets me to that room, then
Right.
maybe that's worth it.
I
Right?
think you
Or
gotta
maybe-
play. You play the game, but you don't let the game run your life. Like you gotta
Yeah.
play the. I'm
Yes.
hiring someone from my social media. Like it's.
Yeah,
I
you
finally
should,
bit the bullet,
dude.
and I texted my manager, and I was like, hire her. I don't give a
Yeah.
shit. Give her 3 months. I don't want to think about it. I'll
Yeah.
send her shit every week.
And that'll be so easy.
I don't even
dude.
give a shit if I lose money. I think you got to play the game but not let it run your life, because like the real magic is in like, yeah, the app matters, but like half the people that I know that have massive followings on these apps, not all of them, not all, don't have pilots, don't have podcasts, don't have hours of material, don't have scripts.
Well, you know,
don't
social
have,
media has
like,
changed too. Like a following doesn't mean anything now. Like it, like
No!
like if you have a following, it may not be because you're a comedian. It might be because you're like the guy who every Monday is in the subway. He says
Right.
this, like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
that's
totally.
your.
And they don't know
like-
who you are. And all it takes is you posting one thing that they don't like,
Yeah.
or one thing from your personal life. And it's as easy as a who the fuck is this? And boom, they unfollow.
Like when
But
girls post like the engagement ring and then the followers plummet.
dude.
Yeah. Whenever I post about my personal life, and I don't even have crazy numbers, but like whenever I even post anything that's not work related, and it's like a photo dump of like, I enjoyed my summer. Here's like
Yeah.
20 photos of me enjoying it. My numbers go down.
So
because
funny.
people are like, I don't care.
Right.
I don't
Right,
I
right.
followed you for your content. I don't
Yeah.
give a shit
Yeah.
about like
Totally.
this, you know.
Yeah.
So it's
But listen, is that how you kind of find the purpose? Like I'm thinking about what we said earlier, where it's like a place like New York is so exhausting and so draining. Is that part of proving your purpose? Is it part of like fulfilling your purpose? Do you need to go through that? Do you need that to prove to yourself like that this is your purpose?
I
Does
think
that
it's
make
like
sense?
I think it's like stand up in the sense of you. If what you're trying to do is stand up and go on the road and sell tickets, and it's just what we have to do. It's just
Right.
part of the job now. And if it might not have been before, cool, it is now. So it just is like, unless you're one of those very, very lucky people that somehow, some way, lightning strikes and you don't even try on social media,
Right.
but that somehow works. Cool. For most of us, like we just have to do it. You just have to do it.
part of the
yeah.
But and again, I'm not there yet, but like I found this kind of dumb niche I've been doing that's been way more helpful for me than my stand-up has been. It's all been to facilitate stand-up, and I could look at that as like a frustrating thing, but I'm like, I don't really care. It's just a
Well, it doesn't mean anything.
well, no, it's
So,
just like it's just
yeah.
a thing you have to do with running the
Right.
quote unquote little business you're doing. But similar to stand up, like it if something goes well, that doesn't mean I'm like fuck, I'm sweet.
Yeah, no.
And if it goes poorly, that doesn't mean I stink. It's all just
It's all relative.
Yeah.
Oh, I gave that up like 2 years ago, where I was like, if I kill or I bomb, I almost react the same way.
Yeah.
It's all like you can't, because if you allow yourself to get too high, the fall is gonna hit a lot harder.
Totally.
If you allow yourself to get too low, that's
Totally.
not good as well, for obvious
Totally.
reasons too. So it's like I think I've actually, that's like something I'll pat myself on the back about over the last like 2 years, specifically last year. I would say I just take every set in stride.
Yeah.
If it doesn't go well, I really legitimately am like, yeah, it was all right.
Totally.
And I don't question my ability
Totally.
anymore. But it took a while to get
That's
there.
the game,
I
baby.
struggled
took-
with that so fucking much.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
god! Like
me
I
too.
would have
Me too.
I would have spots where I'd have nights here where it's like living the fucking dream of like
Yeah.
you have like 4 or 5 club spots. Everyone is awesome, but then just so quickly like on the train home being like, fuck, I could have said this or I could have said
Yes,
that. That would have
immediately.
just micro-analyzing or overanalyzing everything to the point of like. Yeah, it just strips the joy out of it, but then would have a stretch where I'm like, damn, it's kind of slowed down. Like we were talking about earlier, I'm a piece of shit. Then things get busy again, just never in the moment for it. And then like, say November, I have like I'm doing this run up in Canada, Ontario, but it's like I'm doing like an hour, like 22 nights in a row, which is
No
like
way!
no, but that's like a lot of stand up.
That's sick.
And it is. It's just like it's good. And the point of saying is just because that's a lot of stand up, and that's the only reason I'm doing stand up is I like doing stand up.
Yeah.
But even then, you can be like, fuck. That's a lot of fucking stand up, man. You know what I mean? There's never any winning. It's all whatever. It's all nothing. There's no winning. We just got to be in the moment.
It leaves
and try and
you
enjoy it.
energetically. I feel like a skeleton right now. I'm actually so happy I don't have any spots tonight. I've done 23 spots over the last week and a half.
Hell yeah.
And again, it's a good week.
It's a great week.
But you do start to feel. You ever start to feel when you do that much stand up or like having a conversation with like a normal person?
Yeah.
You're
Oh,
like,
yeah, totally.
You're like, I don't even know. What
Or I'm like this. I'm
I
like,
am.
come on, get
Yeah.
you're fat, okay?
Yeah. You're at the doctor and they're like, so we got your results, and you're like, get to it quicker, like laughs per minute,
No, totally.
laughs per minute,
JP.
like.
Doc, I'm not laughing. I'm very aware I'm in an office.
Or you're just like a zombie to like the
Totally.
people who matter in your life because you've been talking to complete strangers every night, multiple times a night, and then the people who matter, like I take a trip home and they want to know like what's going on, and I'm like, I am not on the planet right
Totally.
now.
Dude,
Like,
have you ever like talked to someone and they'll be like, "How was the show?" And you're like, "It was, it was
I don't wanna
good. They
talk
were
about
there.
it,
They
God
were
damn
there.
it.
Yes,
Yeah,
it was
totally.
fine." Dude, like I've been on the road a few times with people, and it's like, it is so funny. The thing I always laugh about is like, anytime I've been, and I'm not headlining even. I've headlined twice, like on the road, but like, I was just in Texas. I was opening for my friend, and I was on the road with him for like 4 days, like, which is not crazy. Like, and even then you're like I always go like, dude, the thought of answering text messages like from people like from days ago, like for some reason you just can't, like, you know what I mean? Like you're like traveling and then you're here and then you're in the car and then you get to the like hotel or something and then you're like,
That's not
and then
fun.
you're like,
That
I'm gonna
stinks.
text people, like no,
No,
like, you know what I mean? It's
yeah.
like, and then you feel like a dick. You're like, oh my god, I haven't texted like my
yeah.
mom
Also,
in
though, like
4
we're
days or something.
adults, like the whole point of the text message, the whole reason it was invented, is it's because you can write back on your own leisure.
It's not urgent.
There's less immediacy than a phone call. There's less
Right.
urgency than a phone call. So whenever people get weird about response times on text, I'm like, I'm a fucking adult.
Yeah.
Get over it. Like, what? Like, I'm traveling, I'm working. Unless the text is send help now.
Yeah, totally.
You know,
Now?
now, like, then I'm calling you. Yes, but
Totally.
if the text is like, so this guy didn't call me and he smelled weird, I'm like, on the priority
Come on.
list.
Totally.
That's a little
Yeah.
like I had a friend recently. She sent like 35 fucking voice memos about 8 different guys, and it was me. No, I'm kidding. No, but it's like. She's like, I'm gonna catch you up on everything, and I go, yeah, sure, just memo me, like send me, like I don't not want to be there for her.
Yeah.
But I was working, and then when I wasn't answering, it was like, hey, you good? Hey, how are you? And it annoyed the fuck out of me because I was like, I know what you're doing. You don't care if I'm doing well or not.
Right.
You want me to listen to the memos and give you my advice.
Yeah.
Be like,
about-
girl, fuck him.
Yeah, well, in any instance, you could always just write back and go, "That's crazy, cut him
Yeah,
off,"
yeah,
and
yeah,
it's
yeah,
usually
totally.
probably relevant. Yeah, but it like annoyed me because she was like, "Are you okay? Hey, babe, how's your week going? Are you okay?" And I was like, "You're not really checking in on me. You're checking in selfishly because you want me to listen to the memos and give you advice. And I'm not saying I don't want to be there for you, but I do not need 18 voice memos about 5 guys that." Aren't going to be around, and I'll get to it.
None of them are the one.
None of them are the one. And it's just, there's no urgency
No.
to this.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, dude. Listen.
And I do that to my friends too. I'll send them memos about guys I'm dating too, but I'll literally be like, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
Listen when you...
The amount of
I don't care.
Don't ever
Like,
respond. Please don't respond.
don't respond.
listen.
I need to just get this out, whatever. Like, yeah,
the amount of
that's
people
it.
just in stand-up we encounter that are like that, and so that I guess that is like, it's across the board that should exist. But the amount of times in stand-up, like you're seeing someone, it's like, what's going on, man? Just asking generally, like, how are you? Like, well, it's been kind of a light week. Like, oh god.
Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah.
like,
It's
just say good
Oh
and
my
thanks.
God, it's
This guy
okay.
is about to tell me everything. I was talking to this dude. He seems like a nice guy in a way, but also like, I won't name names, but I have a very low tolerance when people do this. But this guy was like, I met him like one time when he's leaving. He's like, "Love you, buddy," and I was like, "Huh?" And then saw him again, and he had no idea who I was. And it was just like, don't say you love. But anyways, I saw him again. I was just like, so what's up, man? Like, what's going on? And he just for like 5 minutes raffled on like the next 3 months of shows he has. And it was just so clearly like, I just need to say this out loud and feel about
someone must know.
He is, yeah.
He's based here.
Yeah.
Oh, I know a guy in LA that does this.
Many comics do that kind of, and you're like, oh my God, you stink. Shut up. No one cares.
And we all know what it
comics
is.
that you talk to, they're like, and I'm doing this, and I'm doing this, and I'm doing this, and I'm like, so I'm Alex.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I would love if people like did with other jobs acted like comics do, like if someone just is like going to work.
Like, so I saved a life today. Yeah.
Teachers just like, I'm gonna be at work Monday to Friday this week. Like, yeah, we fucking know, man.
I'm planning on sending.
Go and shut up.
Yeah.
Go work and stop telling us about it. We're such fucking dorks.
We're such fucking weirdos, and we know what that is. Like whenever like people do that, it's explaining to themselves, so they feel like they're maybe they feel inferior to you, or just to themselves, so they need to be like
bored with life.
Don't
have purpose, maybe.
Listen, guys. Let me just make this clear right now. Let me make this clear. If any of you feel inferior to me. Stop it. Okay.
Look in the mirror.
Look. No.
Yeah.
People sometimes I'm trying to get into a point where like I try to be like, when people are like that, I'm like, hey man, I hope you figure it out. Good luck. Genuinely good luck.
Totally.
Because it's just like, man, they're hurting.
Yeah.
Like, I think, like, listen,
live
your life, do whatever you want, but like, there are some purposes, like your friend, like people who make like relationships their whole purpose. I'm like, you're wrong.
Totally.
Yeah, but everyone's got a thing. It's so hard to achieve.
I know, right?
Balance.
Because you could look at me and go, you spend every night in clubs with mildew and black mold in them.
Right.
They don't know your name
for $5 and a mozzarella stick.
They didn't watch your audition comic strip. Please book me. But yeah, it's like
that's a weird one to beg for. That's a weird one to be stressed out about.
No, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, there's I don't know, man. It's just so funny. Like, everyone has their own purpose, and it's so funny to me that, to me, comedy, and like you said, not just comedy, but the idea to have a vehicle where I can successfully express myself, and I love comedy, and I love making people laugh. Like, to me, it's like, that's everything.
Yeah.
And then to some people, it's the yearly night out that they get dragged to that they don't even want to go to.
No, totally.
Right?
Well, nothing can be everything.
Yeah.
No one thing can be everything.
And when it is, you fucking fall apart.
Well, it's like dating. Dating is a really good example of it, where it's like you're happiest when your eggs are spread out throughout multiple baskets. That's when you're happiest, because you're not super invested in one person or one other relationship, and or maybe you do have your one person, and that's a different story. You know what I mean? But I think that's life too. Like, it's like comedy's going well, but maybe you're not putting a little more time into dating, and you also have hobbies, and you also. I would also say too, I think we're all in like pursuit of balance.
Yeah.
I don't think anything's ever balanced, or if it is, it's but for a moment.
Totally.
And
this is not a good place to live if you want balance.
This is not a place for balance.
Yeah, this is
at
a place
all.
for extremes.
Yes.
But I think everyone's like, I just want balance and work-life balance. And I'm like, I don't think you ever fully get it, or if you do, it's only for a second.
Right.
Because then something pulls you work-wise, and then naturally something else
happens.
And obviously when you do start dating someone you're really excited about, work probably will. You may spend a little less time getting up at or what, like it's all.
So you know what it is? It life is the balancing act. Like, life isn't about life it's not about achieving balance, because life is rarely balanced, and then you're gonna feel like shit. It's about getting stronger and balancing out when it's not. It's like your purpose is to be multi-purpose almost. It's like your purpose is to, like you said, spread yourself out so you can get all these different experiences. I was reading a thing today from Hunter S. Thompson where someone wrote to him and they were saying, like, I don't know how to find my purpose in life and things like that. And he kind of said what you said, where he was like, people are the reaction to their experiences.
Right.
So if you want to become more well-rounded, prepare yourself for more experiences, have more resilience for experiencing things,
Yep.
then do more things. That's it. Like
Yeah.
try things and do more things.
Yeah.
And then through that, you find purpose. For example, we're doing things and through comedy, you realize, oh shit.
Well, that's the key to getting over stuff too. Getting
Yeah.
over a person or getting over something that happened to you. I just feel like I feel like the energy never dies. I was saying this to somebody too. The love never dies too. The energy never dies.
Well, energy never dies. It is simply repurposed.
Okay, Hunter S. Thompson. But it never dies. You just like I might have a friend going through a really bad breakup, and I was like, the love doesn't die. You just move it somewhere.
Yeah.
The energy doesn't die. You just move it somewhere. And like I do think that's the key to getting over anything in life.
Fuck yeah.
That really impact. You just keep creating.
Yeah.
You get up another day and you're like, I'm gonna go see friends, and then I'm gonna write something, and then I might just try something new, or I might just go for a walk, and then before you know it, like you just don't stay still. I think you don't stay still.
Yeah.
That's the one thing you can't
That's
do.
what you can't do. You just keep. You're like, well, how do I lost this job? Okay, well, make 3 new things, or just go do 3 new things, or whatever.
Right.
Like,
Indecision is the worst, dude. Like, as someone with an Italian father, I'm sure you can probably,
yes.
my dad always would say, like, my dad would always be like, indecision is worse than no decision. Make the wrong decision. That's even
Make
better.
a decision.
Yes, that's better, because at least you made a decision. At least you're going to say, well, I'm not going to make that decision, or that wasn't right. Like,
yeah.
But it's better than just, because, like, we've all been there. Have you ever been in your life in situations where you don't make a decision either way, and then you're like, God damn it. Like, I wish I just said, fuck you at least. Like, you know,
Yeah.
it's like,
because then at least
that haunts you.
You go down fighting when you do that. At least if you make a decision, even if it's criminally the wrong. First off, I actually don't think there's ever like a wrong decision. Not to get woo woo, because I am a little bit of a believer in that everything happens for a reason, and how I do think things happen for whatever the reason. Like it happens.
I believe in coincidences and
and that's hard to rationalize whenever traumatizing things happen, because then you're like, oh, this person was supposed to leave me for a reason, or
right.
But it's whatever the decision is, it's not even right or wrong. You made it. So now that's just the course everything is taking, you know?
Yeah.
And it's about like choosing new. Like I even struggled, he knows about it, like getting over a relationship weird thing this summer and stuff. And like I was talking to somebody the other day, and she was like, just always new, always try again, always like believe something, try something different. Too many people, too many options, too many. And I'm like, but what if it doesn't feel the same? She's like, it might not, but
fucking
it's
who
just
cares,
forward,
and how are you going to know?
Forward. That's it.
Yeah.
Like
Onward.
Yeah, literally. Like,
Yeah.
so, and I was like, but it doesn't feel right. And she goes, it doesn't matter. Like, it's also about like putting. I mean, we're getting into a whole, but it's about putting that energy.
No, you're right.
If you want to
Listen.
meet someone, go on dates. Even if it doesn't work out, put that energy out there. If you want to be a comedian or you want to feel more creative, keep creating. Even if the 10 things you make after are dog shit, you're never gonna get there unless. I think it's about directing the energy.
No, I love that you said that, because I agree with you. I believe you can manifest purpose. Like, I believe that you can take something that you believe is your purpose, or you can identify something as your purpose, and then you can like manifest success for it.
Or
You
is
know
it
what I
less
mean?
manifesting and you just choose that it's your purpose?
You're good. You're still on camera.
Right.
I just gotta change this one. But it's still recording the audio. You're good.
I haven't eaten, so I'm at the point now where I feel like I'm a Burning Man, and I'm just getting really philosophical. I'm like dehydrated. I haven't eaten, and I'm like, guys.
Yeah.
We'll go for another like 15 minutes. You wanna?
I can't do 15. I think.
You can't?
No.
You wanna do? I'm gonna wrap it up now.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it up.
I'm gonna have to go get food and go. Also, if we're gonna go to New York for the competition.
Yeah, I'll go and hang. All right, cool. Let's do it.
I don't know how long it's going or when it starts. But.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna stay too late, but I'll go and hang for a little. All right.
I might.
Let me clap real quick.
Are you not gonna go?
I don't know yet.
Yeah.
See after.
All right, folks. The battery died. The good people at Sony know how to make a battery.
Battery
It literally
died.
lasted. It literally lasted recording in like 4K.
I've never met a
UHD
battery that hasn't
for like
died.
fucking.
What
It's all
happened
good. It's
there?
all good.
Is it still gone?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
All right.
It just does that. It's because I didn't buy a Sony battery, so it's like just so you know, this might blow up. We didn't make this, so like just so you know, it might not. The purpose of this battery was not to be in a Sony.
Yeah, totally.
It was to save money.
Totally.
Anyway,
Masochist.
yeah, guys, give your closing thoughts, and I'll just fix this because now I'm anxious.
If you want to find purpose, don't do stand-up comedy.
It's
not. It's the way to. It's the way to a lot of really great, rewarding things. Stand-up comedy. It's not the way to inner peace. I would say.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it's not. You know what it is,
I'd
dude?
agree.
Here's what I will say. I think stand-up was cool for me. I didn't grow up playing sports. Like, I didn't grow up, like... I mean, I did play sports. I just wasn't good. So, you know, I didn't get I didn't
None
get
of us
all
were
the-
either. That's why we're here.
Yeah, I have a Jewish mother. No,
Played college basketball.
he played college ball. Hey, the kid played college ball. Come on. Anyway, stand-up was interesting for me because I think it was a way... I, like everybody else, have a lot of problems and my own shit that I have to carry around just like everybody else. And I thought that I thought, hey, if I can when I first started doing stand-up, I was like, wow, this is finally something I'm like kind of good at, or I'm kind of like, I kind of get it. You know what I mean? I was like, maybe I could like get good at this, like, and finally have something I could like be good at and like get good at. And I remember thinking like, oh, if I could just get booked and if I can do this, if I can do that, like maybe I'll feel better. And I'm like, this is what the football guys felt when they would get the touchdown, you know? But what it's shown me so far, and I by no means have any measurable success or something like that. That's not what I'm getting at. But I'm saying like what it's shown me so far is that it's me. Like nothing.
Yeah.
Things are band-aids, but nothing is a solution until it's almost like someone who's an addict. It's like until you're ready to be like, oh shit, I might just have self-esteem issues that I have to figure out. Like, and it doesn't matter what the guy from the Netherlands who's on vacation with his wife at New York Comedy Club at 5:00 thinks.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I have to decide that I'm worth it or whatever the fuck it may be, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm grateful for that. And I think that's really cool. And that makes me, when I first felt that, I was kind of disappointed. Like, fuck, so this isn't the answer either. But it kind of empowers you to go like, oh, wait, the answer is you, right? The answer is whenever you're ready to define your purpose or what it may be.
I agree.
Yeah, I think that's well said, dude.
And there we go, folks, huh?
We solved it.
Where can they find you? give your
Everywhere. Brittany Brave on everything.
Yeah. I think Henry Sir Comedy. Yeah, I think that's the one.
That's the one.
That's the friggin' one.
Guys, AlexLabuti.com. Buy tickets. I'm trying to change my life. Please. You guys are taking your time. Is there anything you got? Is there anything you guys want to plug or anything? You got your thing? No? Okay, never mind. Guys, that's it. Send this to someone. Send this to some. Oh, you didn't notice this the whole time?
No, buddy, I noticed it.
Because
Yeah.
I can make a phone call if I have to. Guys, send this to someone you love. Send it to someone you hate. I don't give a fuck. Goodbye. It's over.
Hell yeah, dude.
There we go. We did it.
Guys, thanks so much for doing it, guys.
Yeah, dude. This is going to be great.
Yeah, dude. I hope you guys had fun.
Absolutely.
I
think it was great.
I'm about to talk a little shit.
talk shit.